11 years ago, on this day, Sophie Lancaster was brutally beaten while protecting her unconscious boyfriend from the attackers. And I'm pretty sure we've got our own stories on how we've been bullied and sometimes attacked, maybe. I've got a couple of my own. I started my first college and I wanted to become a car mechanic. And naturally, the whole class consisted just of the boys. And there was a group of guys that formed like in the first 1 or 2 weeks. They had something in common, they were all troublemakers. And it didn't take for them too long to pick their first victim, which was me. I had long hair, I was wearing Iron Maiden Trooper hoodie and a leather jacket on top of it. Ripped jeans, trainers, typical young metalhead guy. A perfect target. They just took my bag and they started passing to each other, like a fucking basketball or something, and laughing. As I was standing closer to one of the guys who was about to catch the bag, he kind of threw it straight away to another guy, and at that moment I absolutely fucking snapped. My mind went blank and I punched him in the face, and everyone in the room went like, woo! I got my bag back, but it was far from over. I knew there's gonna be a serious talk. At the end of the day, the whole class gathered around to watch the show. Otherwise, I would end up being 1 against 4 guys. I let him throw the first punch and the fight started. He was tall and slow, I was short and quick. I threw a couple of nice spin kicks because I've been doing karate for some time. He broke my nose, I broke his, and eventually we just got exhausted and we stopped. We didn't shake our hands, we stayed rivals right until the end of the course. But it was a fair fight. Another incident I had when me and my best friend attended one of the largest gigs in a while. They were supposed to play Marduk, but they were stopped at the border and they weren't let through. We could have just gone home, but we still bought a ticket and we enjoyed a bunch of local bands that jumped on the bill on a short notice. I got a little drunk before we entered the venue, and instead of letting the cashier to put a stamp on my arm, I let him just put it on my face. And that night was absolutely wild. So after the gig, exhausted of moshing and headbanging, we headed to the bus stop. And out of nowhere, these 2 huge guys appeared in the middle of the night. Straight away, they approached us, thinking that we are high on drugs or anything. Well, obviously that was just a pretext to pick a fight with the kids. Yeah, basically I was beaten up and my friend got robbed. We didn't take the last bus home. We just ended up walking for an hour and a half. And of course there are countless episodes of bullying just because you look different. The thing that was happening to me is because of the environment I grew up in a country where there's a lot of prejudice. And it all has to do with an early heritage that we had from Soviet Union, where the metal music has been banned. But that's another story. I'm just surprised how in a tolerant country like United Kingdom, the stuff like that is still happening out there. Yeah, I can't relate to her. I can't relate to Sophie because I'm still here and she's gone and she lost her life unfairly without being able to protect herself. So if anyone knows what's the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, I would ask you to make a donation because the people like you and me, weirdos, moshers and freaks, need support. Over and out.